the Korean cable network is begin to start.
One-week training workshop on multimedia production, which was attended by a total of 26 lecturers selected from all colleges of the University of Rwanda, and 4 e-learning technicians, was held from 23rd to 27th July 2018. The training was hosted by the University of Rwanda-College of Education, financially supported by the UNESCO-KFIT funds in the UNESCO-KFIT project on ICT Transforming Education in Africa. This training workshop was facilitated by a team of 3 experts in multimedia from the Korean National Open University, contracting the framework of the project ICT Transforming Education in Africa, namely Prof. Oketai Kim, Prof. Yang Kim, and Ms. Selbili. In his remarks, Dr. Nduwingoma Mathias, who is the director of the Center for Open and Distance E-Learning CODEL, and also the focal point of the ICT Transforming Education in Africa project at the University of Rwanda, noted that these projects work in 3 countries, namely Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Rwanda. Dr. Nduwingoma also gave an overview of the support of this project to the University of Rwanda in the capacity building and the policy development for the expansion of ODEL provision.
UNESCO has helped us to train lecturers in online module development. We have trained 102 academic staff. We have trained also in instructional design 26 academic staff. You understand that we have done a lot of things. They helped us also to develop some policies. We have finished the implementation strategy plan for ODL, ODL policy. We developed also the ODL capacity building methodology. How can we develop the capacity in terms of ODL? That document has been validated. We are now planning to validate the graduate policy, which is going to be done very soon. We have also another work on the national framework for OERs, Open Educational Resources, and MOOCs. Open online courses.
Mr. Rukundo Pasco, who is the UNESCO National Program Officer, briefed the participants on the program of ICT Transforming Education in Africa project for enhancing quality education in Rwanda.
UNESCO, we are very happy to work with the University of Rwanda to expand higher education through the provision of ODA, and this is a great opportunity that is stated in education policies that education at all levels should be provided using electronic devices or ICT. As Dr. Mathias said, this project is working with the University of Rwanda, most importantly on ODR provision, but also on policy development. We are also working with Rwanda Education Board on 2 main aspects, that is teacher training. We are training teachers on ICT essentials for teachers. We have already developed the course and piloted it 2 times, and the course is going to be rolled out during this year to 44,000 Rwandan teachers in basic education, primary and secondary. That is, and the course is aligned with the UNESCO's competencies, is internationally recognized.
This training on multimedia production was officially opened by the Acting College of Education Principal, Dr. Mohirwa Andre, who is the Director of the Center for Teaching and Learning Enhancement.
After the background provided by the focal point, and after the remarks given by Mr. Pascal, the UNESCO-KFIT coordinator. My task is easy. I would like, first of all, to welcome the representative of the Korea National Rwanda University at this University of Rwanda College of Education, the Rwanda campus. So I would like also to thank for the support given by the Republic of South Korea to this project. I understand that this UNESCO Korea Funds and Trust is funded by the Republic of Korea. So we would like now, through you, to thank the government of Korea for the support given to the Republic of Rwanda. After that, I would like to invite you, members of your academic staff, to take this training seriously so that our quality education goes continuously improving. And I hope that as you are here, you are all educators. Of course, the coordinator of UNESCO-KFIT said that you are going to benefit from this training individually, but also the institution is going to benefit from what you are going to learn here in Multimedia Production. As you all know, the University of Rwanda now is moving from the traditional teaching approach to the new approach using technology. We need to move from what we were doing as educators and teachers, where mostly we're using the face-to-face and contact with our students. But now we need to have online session, which means we are going to have a kind of blended learning approach. So you are going to take benefit of this, and I hope that what you are going to learn here is to help you individually, but also the institution. Now, it is with nowadays a few remarks that I can declare, I'm pleased to declare this first training session on multimedia production open.
Maybe they are asking themselves why I'm not giving them the floor. We have the whole week. We have the whole week with these people, but in our culture, of course, you have few minutes to address your students. Now they are our students.
This is Kim. I'm the Dean of the International Affairs and Korean National Open University, Dean of the Planning. Anyway, it's very nice to meet you, and it's very, it's been a long time to come here. Actually, I left my home about almost 1.5 days ago, and now I'm here. So actually, in Korea now it's very hot, very, very hot. It is 38 centigrade. Yeah, so my friend told me, you are going to Africa, so Africa is very hot, but I said, no. I'm going to Rwanda. Rwanda is a very cool and nice and all the time it's spring all the time. So my friends envy me now. So anyway, it's good time and good weather, and it's very nice to learn something and think something. You know what? I think it is good opportunity, I think, because most of us had a different kind of the way of the definition of the ICT and education and learning. So I think in some part, we want to share with you what is multimedia, or how to make a multimedia lecture, and especially, most important thing is content. You must have a good content, and then we can decorate we can decorate it is a multimedia, or we could decorate it is a face-to-face. Most important thing is content. But we needed to decorate how easily, how effectively the listeners, the students can understand all this content. All our effort is just focusing on, but just think about, if you are a student, which one is more easy to learn? Which one is more effective way to you learn something? So all we do is devoted to that kind of purpose. I think the purpose of education is something like that. So we do it for our children, for our students, for the main actors of our future, right? So anyway, it's very exciting for us, and hopefully you also have a good experience and have a good. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
The University of Rwanda College of Education is hosting a 5 days training on multimedia. What is the objective of this training?
Thank you. The objective of this training is to improve the quality of education in our university. You know that we are now adopting a new pedagogy, which is the learner-centered pedagogy. So we want that our students get the teaching material online without spending a lot of energy. We are now trying to equip our lecturers, who are the designers of the modules, to be able to incorporate multimedia material in their modules that are going to be online. Yeah, we want to increase the number of modules that are going to be uploaded on our e-learning platform. Those modules need to have multimedia material. Our lecturers who are now going to follow this training, they are going to be taught how to create a multimedia material. Here I mean an audio, a video, animation, and the simulations. And those one will be put in their modules and sent online. So students, as they are encouraged to organize what we call self-studies, they will visit our website, they will visit our e-learning platform, and they will get enough material. So in summary, the expectation of this training session is to improve the quality of our modules and of course to improve the quality of education.
Yes.
What is the role of the UNESCO in the organization of DJ training?
Thank you very much. This training on multimedia production comes in as the efforts of the UNESCO and the Republic of Rwanda to support the expansion of higher education through the provision of higher education via ODA, and this is within our project mandate to strengthen the University of Rwanda to provide the higher education, that is quality education. So we are empowering the University of Rwanda to enhance ODR courses and ODR provision at the University of Rwanda.
According to the UNESCO, what is the impact of this new technology, the multimedia, is on educational productivity?
Thank you very much. The impact of ICT in education is all about quality education, is all about relevance of education. With the new era of ICTs, it is very important to include ICTs in teaching and learning, and by empowering teachers to use ICTs, the ultimate impact is quality of education and relevance of education to the beneficiaries of education.
Does it mean that educational institutions are called on to moving from the use of traditional textbooks to embrace this new technology?
Yeah, you are right. We we are encouraging, or we call upon all higher learning institutions to embrace these new technologies, because today you can never talk about quality of education without embracing the use of ICTs in teaching and learning. So by using ICTs, you increase research. Students are in contact with several information in different areas. So we are encouraging higher learning institutions to start or to put more efforts so that they can use ICTs to enhance quality of education.
The University of Rwanda-College of Education is hosting a one-week training session on multimedia. What are the main aspects that will be covered by the training?
The couple of domains that we're going to cover. The first thing is it is needed to do the modules, the module to the lecture note. Lecture note is a kind of material you're using during the lecture. After you make a lecture note, we're gonna make a record for the multimedia recording using module and lecture note.
Okay, you said that you are training the lecturers in the use of multimedia. Mm-hmm. So how are you assisting them in the integration of the multimedia in the existing modules that they are teaching?
Yeah. To integrate module into lecture and in the multimedia contents, we need first is make a lecture note based on a module. And then we need to understand what is multimedia content. So to do that, we're gonna make a small about video editing and uploading all these things. So to integrate module into multimedia, we need to understand what is multimedia content.
Okay, you said that you are training the lecturers in the use of multimedia. Mm-hmm. So how are you assisting them since they do not teach the same modules?
So to teach them with the same module and because they have a different module, but because we have only one only we can give is only one example. So with one example, we can discuss and we can make to some adjustment according to their own kind of field of the major, because they have a different module.
What are the outcomes of the use of multimedia in the teaching and learning process as far as quality education is concerned?
So as concerning the college education, students is needed to know the remember and get some interest on your lecture. To do that, multimedia is a very good way of stimulate to make a student to have a kind of eager to learn something, because multimedia is something interesting. Multimedia is something new. So students is more trying to learn something through the multimedia content.
In the interview with some participants, we wanted to know their expectations from the training on multimedia production and the expected outcome of the integration of the multimedia elements in their modules.
I expect a lot. In the first place, we expect to get knowledge. We also expect, but more importantly, we expect to get skills, hands-on, because we have been preparing, we teach modules, but we need to add in a lot of multimedia, like videos, like photographs, so the lesson becomes so interactive. And because we expect by the end of the year to have uploaded all our modules, I think it will be very interesting. So we expect a lot because we are gaining a lot of knowledge from this training.
With the basics, I'll be able to, through practice and all, I'll be able to enhance our programs, and I'll also be able to introduce this to my colleagues, So I really expect to have at least basics, because we have a very short time. Of course, we cannot be able to cover each and everything, but at least I want to have the basics that I can develop through practice.
The knowledge that we acquire will help us to transmit it or to impart it to our learners. So the more we get the skills, the more we get to have a lot of other different aspects, the more our lessons, our teaching will be more interactive, and the more students will learn. So learners learn more when they see, when they hear, when they have free interaction with the content, not necessarily with interaction with the teachers directly. The content, the audiovisual, there are so many things that learners will have to acquire.
First of all, I feel it will help us to make our teaching more interesting. You know, when you make things interesting for the students, then their productivity also goes up. So it's going to make it more interesting for us, but most especially for the students. And then it will also help the students to be able to do things on their own, not that they have to expect a lecturer to be, to spoon feed them all the time. It will enhance our teaching, and it will also enhance their learning experience.
The closing ceremony of the training took place on Friday, 27th July 2018, presided over by the College of Education Principal, Prof. George Njoroge. Dr. Jean Minanda Yambaje, who spoke on behalf of the participants at the closing ceremony, was also optimistic that the skills learned from this training will make their teaching more interactive. Prof. Oketai Kim, who spoke on behalf of the facilitators, thanked the University of Rwanda-College of Education for hosting that training and commended the participants for their commitment and eagerness to learn.
The best thing, when I come here, I saw you, I have a chance to meet you guys. That reminds me, what is a little bit, something we South Koreans lost. That is, taking it is okay. But South Koreans up to now, hurry. Okay? So I wanted you to hurry, not hurry. Okay? Yeah, you are a little bit behind compared to South Korea. So hurry, not hurry. Okay? So hope to see you again, and I hope you will have a good, kind of bright and happy future. Thank you.
On behalf of the UNESCO, Mr. Rukundo Pasco thanked the participants for their commitment and the facilitators for their professionalism. He encouraged all the trained to transform the teaching and learning scope through the skills they had acquired.
This training comes in relation to the project we are working with the government of Rwanda, that is ICT Transforming Education in Africa. We want to see the transformation in terms of how we prepare courses, how we deliver courses, and how you teach. Because the quality of teaching, I can say that one of the determinants of the quality of teaching is the preparation. If you don't have courses which are attractive, which are motivating the students, you cannot expect to have expected results. This is the basic that can help you to go further using your efforts and peer learning. So I'm very happy. I would like to thank the University of Rwanda College of Education for hosting this training, but also I would like to thank the trainers from the Korea National Open University for coming here and being committed and deliver this training with motivation and professionalism. Thank you very much. And this is the starting. We have the additional sessions in January next year or December, whereby e-learning officers will be trained within the studio, the multimedia studio, which will be set up here. Let us hope you will work with them so that you improve the quality of modules, the quality of lessons you are preparing, and let us hope in the near future we will have an impact. When I talk about impact, I talk about impact in terms of teaching and learning.
In the interview with some participants at the end of this training, we wanted to know whether their expectations were achieved or not. Hereafter is how they responded.
My expectations was to be able to come up with a video from my lecturer, and this really happened. And I even get more. I can take different pictures, put them together, make something, a movie. This really will make students more engaged.
Well, my expectations were like I had to get how to integrate different ICT skills in preparing my lectures, and also have new ones, because I've got new ways of especially making my teaching slides, my lecture notes very interactive and helpful to my students.
In his closing remarks, the College of Education Principal, Prof. George Njoroge, thanked the experts from the National Korea Open University for the skills and the knowledge shared. He emphasized the relevance of the multimedia schools in enhancing quality education the country expects from the University of Rwanda.
Education needs to be interesting. Education needs to be relevant. And at the same time, that we must give our learners the knowledge and capacity for actually themselves to be better than yourself. The satisfaction of a good teacher, a good facilitator, is that one who sees his or her student better than himself. That is the satisfaction. You don't want to produce mediocre people. You want them to be better than yourself, and you will say, you know, by the way, that guy is my student, like him. And so many of others. So that is the essence of that. Is expected to meet the demands of the population and the country. The face of higher education in this country is nothing else. Public higher education is the University of Rwanda. The government is saying this is what we need, and the university must. Now, how does the university respond? The university must be able to respond that the government is saying 50%. 50% of higher education. What does it actually mean? It means that when we are in the University of Rwanda, we are expected to respond to that, because we are going to be called to account for what we have done in view of the investment that has been done. And that is the effort that this project, of course, it had the blessing of government, because it was coming in to support that effort. And there are so many other efforts about this. So when it comes to the university, it shows a commitment. And that commitment is to ensure that at the same time, because you look at it this way, higher education, like any other education, or anything that people want, we say education is the right, it is the right all the way. And we are not going to scale it to only the people who are coming. The university is about that 2,000. But when you look at the population in this country, there are many young people who want to access education. And the only way they are going to access education is that all of them cannot come. But they should be able to access education wherever they are. And that is why you talk about open, you talk about distance education, and you talk about that. But when you come to those who are here, we are now talking about blended learning. Blended learning. Blended learning. That a student can be able to say, well, I don't have to attend that class, but I can be able to access that information. That's why we are talking about the investment in the platform, where we want you to upload your module. Now, it is time that you are being helped, that how do you use, for example, videos and whatever else, the media, to make that interaction. Sometimes it helps to be able to envision, to see, and it is interesting, and it also liberates you from school feeling. We must be able at all times make ourselves relevant. Make ourselves relevant. Because if we are not making ourselves relevant, well, we are going to be left by the side. Now, so, when we are talking about, you are being trained to be champions. You are being trained to be champions. Take the challenge, face that challenge, and be willing to run. Because it is important. That's the only way. That's the only way. And on the basis of that, you will find that coming back to the issue of commitment, what is that commitment? Now that you have been trained, it is result-oriented training. That once you are trained, you will be able to demonstrate what the training has been all about. Enrollment in universities is actually going down. Why is it going down? And this is something that should be worrying us. The traditional universities are becoming irrelevant. That is what is happening. So we are talking about the transformation. So it is changing. Think about it 10 years ago. Think about it 20 years ago. Think about it. You tell me whether you will be the same you are. It will have to transform itself. Who is going to help the transformation? You and I. This is the time. We must recognize that the demands of the young people today, the demands of the country are changing. We have to prepare ourselves for work and jobs and occupations that are not there today. So if we think like the teacher of yesterday, then we have no business being there tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen.
Before finish. Emily? The next one is Liberia. Okay, the next is John Baptist. Okay. And finally, Bartholomew.